and Purpose Reimagined. Please welcome Dr. Andre.
Hello, I'm Dr. Andrea Coyle, Chief Clinical and Innovation Officer at SE Healthcare, and I have a laser focus on clinician burnout and clinician well-being. I've been a nurse for almost 30 years, and prior to this role, I was the Professional Excellence and Magnet Program Director at a large academic medical center. I helped lead that organization to its first magnet designation and its first magnet redesignation. In addition, I've helped international hospitals start on their nursing excellence journey. I'm published, and I'm a board member of the Healthy Nurse, Healthy Nation. And I love being a nurse, and I'm thrilled to be with you today. I want to start off by expressing my sincere gratitude and deep admiration for Hera, Alik, Mr. Malik Al-Musa. Your commitment and dedication to nurse excellence is a testament to your character, and I say shukran. I also want to thank you for putting this amazing conference together, because this conference helps all the participants create meaningful, magical moments and meaningful, magical connections. And speaking of meaningful, magical connections and relationships, a fun fact about Alik: she and I met 14 years ago in Phoenix, Arizona at a Nurse Excellence conference. She and I immediately created this wonderful connection. And I'm so thrilled that she and I have been able to stay in contact. We pretty much see each other every year at the annual Magnet Conference. We connect on LinkedIn and just good old-fashioned texting. And so, Alik, I want to thank you. I appreciate you more than you ever know. No one, I promise you, was looking more forward to co-creating greatness with each of you over in Dumont. And I wish I could be there with you personally. It breaks my heart that I'm coming to you virtually, and I'd like to share with you, in the true spirit of Compassion Purpose Reimagined, why I'm unable to be with you in person. In December, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and my amazing medical team has advised that it probably wasn't in my best interest to make the long journey over to Saudi Arabia, because I need to be rested and restored for my cancer treatment journey. So I thank each of you for your grace, and I thank each of you for the opportunity to come to you virtually. I also want to remind everyone to get your annual mammogram. My annual mammogram probably saved my life. If you're like me, you chose to get into nursing and healthcare because you're compassionate. You have great compassion for people, and you feel deeply compelled and motivated to relieve the suffering of others. And compassion in action sounds like and looks like kind words, listening without judgment, encouraging others, forgiveness, and offering a helping hand when needed. And there are other things that come along with compassion. Does that sound familiar? Now I have another question for you. Do you often overextend yourself, nurses? Do you put yourself second, third, maybe fourth? There comes a point as a nurse, healthcare provider, that you put someone else's interest in front of your own. And no matter how spent you are, guess what? Will overextend yourself. And this applies to parents as well. So as we reimagine compassion, let's reimagine putting self in front of compassion. Because it is very important to give yourself those same kind words that you give to others. That same hug that you give others, give yourself a hug. Give yourself grace. Quiet that inner critic. Quiet that. Love yourself. Believe in yourself. Show all of this to yourself the way you show it to the people that you serve, the people that you care for. Do you remember Dr. Gene Watson's relationship-based care model? Dr. Gene Watson's relationship-based care model has 3 relationships. It's the relationship with yourself, the relationship with your care team members, and the relationship with the patients and families that you serve. And all three of those relationships intersect. I haven't done the research, but I would venture to say that the most important relationship is that relationship with yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself and you don't love yourself and you don't take care of yourself and you're not kind and encouraging to yourself, it is hard to show up and give that to the patients and families that we serve. And it's hard to give that to the care team members that you collaborate with to deliver the care to the patients that we serve. And if we think compassion, purpose, reimagine, and we think about purpose, it is very difficult to find your purpose, find your why, find your assignment if you don't have that self-compassion for yourself. How many of you in this room know your purpose? My purpose became crystal clear to me in 2020 when I was furloughed from my role as the Professional Excellence in Magnet Program Director. And I did probably what most of you would do. I wanted to help people. So I took an assignment as an assistant director in a behavioral health hospital in a New York City suburb during the biggest first wave of COVID, in the epicenter of COVID. And I went up there because I wanted to help people. And during that time, I found out a lot about myself, about how important it is to take care of myself so that I can take care of others. There were so many uncertainties and unknowns during COVID. It was hard sometimes to put one foot in front of the other. But when I started to believe in myself and encourage myself and believe in myself, I found my purpose. I also found my purpose. I was asked to participate in an American Nurses Association, Healthy Nurse, Healthy Nation Twitter chat. And on that Twitter chat, I met Tina Brown, patient advocate, empathy trainer. And we immediately fell in love with each other. We share the same energy. And I found my purpose. The Twitter chat talked about gratitude. And I learned a lot about how important it is to be grateful for the people around you and for yourself. So if you are right now unclear of what your purpose is, I want to help you out. I want to help you find your why, help you find your purpose, help you recognize what your assignment is. Once you take a piece of paper and pencil, so hopefully you have that at your table in the room, and I want you to complete this sentence. Everything I do is to blank. You fill in the blank. So that blank. I'm going to say it again. Everything I do is to blank so that blank. Here's my purpose. Almost everything I do is to bring out the best in myself and others so that the world will be a little more kind and so that I can make a difference in some way for all the people and all the lives that I touch. Once you know your purpose, once you know your assignment, you will feel so meaningful. There will be such a why behind everything you do, and I promise you this will happen. I cannot wait each and every morning to put my 2 feet on the ground so I can go back at it and get to my assignment. So I challenge each of you to do that. And it might take you a month. You can play around with it. You can read it every single day and play around with it. Find your why, find your purpose, and get started on that assignment. And remember, compassion, purpose, reimagined. Reimagined, I'm going to make it really real for you right now. I'm experiencing reimagination by this conference. Al-Musa Specialist Hospital and this conference is all about reimagination. Al-Musa Specialist Hospital is reimagining healthcare delivery in Saudi Arabia. They're opening up new towers. They're doing amazing things in the kingdom. Congratulations, Mr. Al-Musa. You're doing an amazing job. Al-Musa Specialist Hospital is reimagining nurse excellence. Thank you, Maureen, Hera, Alik, Sherry. The nursing excellence standards are an amazing framework for transformation. So keep up the great work. Al Musa Specialist Hospital is reimagining meaningful recognition. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Bonnie, for your incredible work on recognizing extraordinary nurses, extraordinary nurse leaders, extraordinary nurse teams. And Al Musa, if you haven't done this yet, get that daisy garden. Get a daisy garden, put that amazing statue in there. Nurses, go to that garden after you have it and reflect on your purpose. Thank you, Mark and Bonnie. Al Musa Specialist Hospital is reimagining people-first, human-centered leadership and care delivery. Al Musa clinical nurses, you are the heartbeat of every single hospital. Clinical nurses, you make the impossible possible. Keep on keeping on, Al Musa clinical nurses. Thank you. And that, my friends, requires compassion, self-compassion, and purpose. And with that, I say yet another shukran. Thank you for everything that each and every one of you do to advance the profession of nursing. And thank you for all that you do to serve people, because that's why we got into healthcare. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much.
Find your purpose.
Thank you.
Have
All right.
self-compassion.